Just on a word you just said then on vision. So is that something that you do yourself? Do you believe in like having a vision?
Yeah, I think vision is absolutely essential. There was a time in our business recently where I keep my vision in my journal. I map my business vision on a whiteboard that sits in my office. I have a vision for my relationship. I have a vision for my life. I have a vision for my bank account. I have a vision for my impact. I have a vision for the work that I'm doing in the human evolution space. And I think with everything that happened with COVID-19 that year, I lost sight of my vision. We moved into so many pivots and just really trying to serve our community and make sure we could survive as a business. And there was such a disruption of the day-to-day norms that we were used to, which ended up being a tremendous blessing. But I was sharing with my wife, who runs and is president of our company. I said, things have felt stagnant recently, ever since January when we did the 2021 Bulletproof Business Challenge. And this was now 7 months later. And she said, yeah, things have felt stagnant. They felt uninspired. They've felt like low energy. And I went into the garage a couple of nights later and I saw the whiteboard that was normally in my office, which was in the garage because we were back in our second home and we had moved. And I looked at the whiteboard and it was the last time that I had done it. And the last month was the January with the 2021 Bulletproof Business Challenge. And it shocked me. I understand how important vision is. And what's interesting is that, vision and imagination are so powerful because the brain doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality. So when you give yourself permission to envision a future, you literally start building memories in your brain of events that haven't happened yet. You start to create neural networks of your future. And so, think about how incredibly powerful that is. It almost sounds like something out of an Avengers movie. And so that change in your brain that holds the vision of the future now is what starts to tune you into the thoughts and the ideas that will bridge the gap between the now and the future. It begins to alter your perception so that you pay attention to things that will bridge the gap between now and the future. You begin to program your unconscious mind with that future. And so you start making decisions that you're not even aware of that become the bridge between now and that future. And then, of course, we live in a vibrational reality. Your brain is this electrical output device. Every time you think, you're creating electrical signals in your brain, that's interacting and transmitting with an energetic reality. You can go back to high school science and understand that the table that's in front of you is 99.9% nothing, right? It's our tactile senses and our vision and our olfactory and our taste and our hearing. It's like browsers that are interpreting this matrix-like fluctuating energetic reality into a physical reality. So when you think thoughts, you're essentially adding to that energetic pool. And so that vision is also contributing to you outputting energy that's creating coincidences and synchronicities to bridge the gap between now and that vision. So vision is essential. And it reminds me of a quote that I think was attributed to Dwight D. Eisenhower that said, plans are useless, planning is essential. Every vision board I ever created, and I like to create the timing, January through December, what I'm going to achieve, when I'm going to do it. Never have I ever achieved even close to everything on that vision board. But what I did achieve was amazing. But the absence of the vision board for just 6 months in my life brought everything to a screeching halt. And that, again, just shocks me. It's profound. And so sometimes people will get vision board burnout because they're like, well, I'm creating the vision, but that's not what I actually created in my life. And I would say that's not actually really the important part. Just keep holding the vision. Over time, you'll get there. But in the meantime, you'll create extraordinary things that you absolutely love because you're going through the planning process for your future, right? The actual results of the plan as well.
For me, vision is everything. And it's funny when you say it creates was it neural, what did you say, just so I got it right?
You know, there was a study done in 2009. It was featured in Time magazine at Harvard, where they brought in piano players to play the piano. They played the piano and they studied what parts of their brain lit up. Then they had them come back and imagine playing the piano, and essentially the same parts of the brain lit up. And so when you're willing to engage in vision, most people get stuck because they're like, I don't know how. So I'm going to wait till I know how to really indulge my future. But if you're willing to indulge your future now, you begin to create neural networks of a future memory that hasn't happened yet. Right? So now you're walking around with your future between your ears. And so people get it backwards. They're like, well, I don't know how I'm going to create a successful business, or I don't know how I'm going to have an amazing relationship, or I don't know how I'm going to find my soulmate. And so because I don't know how, I'm not going to indulge imagination or vision. And so they end up getting stuck because that how that they're looking for comes through the changing of your brain as a result of imagination.